Hey everybody, Steve and Michael here, and today we are going to be talking about what is lighting me. That's right, we are finally this is kind of the pre-start to the studio tour. I know it's not finished yet, I'm still working on the studio, but let's talk about my lighting setup because that's what everybody's talking about, so I will join the trend. And first off, let's talk about what I have my lights on, and that is a tube stretching wall spreader, and it has changed my lighting life. Shout out to Dave over at Grip Tips. Go look at his channel. He has fantastic content, but he also taught me about these, and I love it. I want to hang like 10 more in here. Very, very simple to hang. I actually hung this one by myself, believe it or not. Not a smart thing to do, but I did it anyway. So now that I had my main rig up, let's talk about what's lighting me. Let me go ahead and shut off some lights here, and let's go ahead and turn on my main key light, and that is an Aperture 100X. Now I do have the dish on with just a half soft diffusion on. I will be getting a light dome mini for that because it is a little bit harsh, but right now I don't have one. So that is my key light there. And next on this side, I will turn this on. You'll see the backlights go on as well because it's one switch. But I do have a 200X over here with a light dome mini on with the grid. And then my backlights are three Rotolight Neos. So let's go ahead and turn that on. And there's the Aperture. And there are the Rotolight Neos. And I'll turn that backlight off. We'll get to that. So basically, I will have the 100X, 200X, both with light dome minis with the grid on, so I won't be so shiny on this side. And pretty much my B camera is also up there. I am shooting on the Blackmagic 4Ks. I have two of them, and the one up there is on a Manfrotto arm, all attached with super clamps. My projector's up there so I can watch movies. We'll go into that during the studio tour. And I have a drive and just a little Boya microphone up there for kind of like junk audio. And now the Rotolight Neos are behind me on a baby pin and then a light bar I modified from a piece of DJ lighting equipment. I basically grinded down the pin so that it would fit into the baby pin, and it works beautifully. I have a Rotolight Neo behind me with the barn doors and a same piece of the half frost on it, and that is basically just lighting my head area, my neck, my back area. That is basically just for that. And it is working fairly well there. And then the other two Rotolight Neos are kind of adding a little bit of accent light to these C-stands, which is very nice. And lastly, I do have an impact arm, which stretches out a little bit, and it has a tube light on it, and that tube light is the Luxio, and I believe it's their one inch. And the reason I went with Luxio and I am not using a Pavel tube is because the Pavel tubes die. The batteries run out so often. Even when they're plugged in, they'll just go out. So this one has a much longer battery life. It may not be as color accurate or as bright, but it is reliable. And that is why I went with Luxio for my backlight. And again, I have the backlight there and it kind of frames my head and again separates me from the background. And I can do different colors if I want to. We can have fun with it, but I mainly just keep it blue. So that's it. That is my lighting setup. Now to keep the main lights off the walls, I do have some impact arms stretched out with some clamps, and I have dollar store foam board there blocking the background, so I'm not getting a lot of light pounding everything. Now, let's talk about the new desk. Yes, I have finally moved to a table. This is a hand cranking table. I can raise this and lower this at my leisure. And I really love this thing. I'm so glad I bought it. And now hopefully I will not be getting the business from you guys because I am on a little tiny medical cart. Now I have a good rolling maneuverable table. Loving the table. Now, the other thing I have on the table is, of course, my spider cube, which I use for color correction. I do have the Nucleus M follow focus here, and it's great to be able to sit behind this desk, control things with my phone, and control my focus here. Not thrilled with this. I've had the Nucleus N. This is the Nucleus N, not the M, the N. I've had this for a while. I've recently just started using it, It is very touchy. You do have to make very, very slight movements. Otherwise, you miss your focus. So I'm not crazy about that. Might want to try the Came TV one. If Came TV is watching, that would be great. Would love to test that out. But that's on a super clamp here. Fairly nice. I have another super clamp here, which you can't see. And that has a 7-inch arm, and it has my Best View monitor. This thing is older than dirt. It's Best View, not Desk View, because it's before they changed the name. And that is, it's a 4K. It's a 4K signal monitor. It takes a 4K signal. I believe it's like 1280 by 720. It's not great, and it is not touchscreen. It is all button activated, but it goes up the HDMI and into my Blackmagic, which is above me. So all in all, fairly easy setup. That is my lighting setup. That is my desk setup. That is what I use. I do have a Focusrite Solo right here. I do not use that for this channel. I use it for my musical theater channel, which is right there. For those of you who don't know, I sing a Broadway song or a musical theater song every Sunday at 11 a.m. CST. So if you like that sort of stuff, go check that out. But all in all, that is it. That is the main table. So if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the notes below. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to mash the bell button to be notified when we drop a brand new video. And feel free to use the links below, as it'll help out the channel. That's it. I'm done. And I will see you guys next time.